Hi, Maintain Don't Gainers. This is your Thanksgiving debrief. I'm Carolyn Ballard, the Wellness Manager, and I just wanted to touch on three things very quickly. The first is guilt or shame around the food choices that we made on Thanksgiving or over the holiday weekend. The second is how to move forward from those feelings. And then third, I wanted to share an example with you. So first, talking about guilt and shame over our food choices. It's important that we are able to understand that the words good and bad should not be used to describe our behaviors around food. Eating less nutritious foods does not make us a bad person, just as eating a salad doesn't make us a good person. We really have to be careful about the language we're using for ourselves when it comes to eating behaviors. And the more that we can forgive ourselves for some of those choices, the better able we are to move on and let go of some of that guilt. So maybe there are things you wish you had done differently over Thanksgiving. Maybe you really felt like you didn't have anything you could have done differently and you still didn't have good choices to make. So it could be making a plan to move forward. So that's the second thing I wanted to talk about is how can you think objectively about what happened and create a plan for the next time you're in a similar situation. An example could be bringing a dish of your own so you know you have a healthy option, or maybe it's snacking before the meal so that you're not as hungry when it's time for the meal and you don't overdo it. The last thing I want to talk about is an example. So one of the participants mentioned that she was struggling with going back for seconds after meals, and she focused on that a lot during the first week of Maintain Don't Gain and was really successful. But an area where she felt like she still needed to work was in snacking after dinner. And that's a really common thing to snack after dinner. A lot of us do it out of habit, not out of hunger. And if you do find that you're doing it out of habit, I have a couple of suggestions. So the first is to take whatever it is you're eating, and if it's in a package or in a container, to put it on a plate and to sit down with it as you would a meal, and to really remove all distractions, the TV, whatever you're reading, your cell phone, and really just sit and eat. And sometimes that act alone will lead us to eat less, or maybe to make us realize we didn't need the snack at all. The next thing is to really think about if there's a reason why you might be having that desire to eat. So for some people, missing a snack towards the end of the day, between lunch and dinner, can lead people to be overly hungry and then sort of insatiable for the rest of the night. So feeling that need to continue to eat even after dinner has passed. So sometimes that's a real physical result of letting the blood sugar get too low. So if you find that there may be triggers in your day that are leading you to eat more at night, and maybe you can identify some patterns, you can learn from that and then improve those behaviors over time. So focus on one behavior that you feel like you can work on this week and go from there, and then create those building blocks, and you'll be successful over time. And I will be here along the way if you need anything at all, and I'll see everybody soon.